And we're back into junior semi-final heat 2. This one is going to be another spectacular heat. We've already got Ryder in yellow. Bodyboarding, look at this. Nice right-hander tucking under the lip. Is he going to push through it? Well, ran away a little bit too quick for him then, but nice barrel. And out the back, Leyshon as well. Straight into the action. Leyshon McKenzie cutting back into that pocket and looking for a little lip, scooping under for a nice clean roll. Straight into the action with junior semi-final heat number 2. How's that, Joey? Good start to the heat so far.
Yeah, great start. We're just going to catch some replays. You see Bodie picking off a nice one. Unfortunately, just ran off on him. Still managed to push out. Will be a small score. And Leyshon probably getting the better of the exchange. Little speed check there, adjusting his line, adjusting it again on the bottom turn, and then getting a nice roll there, stomping that. And Leyshon actually got out the back first, so I'm going to say he'll get that priority again. The buzzer's going again for some reason. I think the heat's underway. Let's say it's underway and that those waves counted. But yeah, 5.33 for Leyshon.
There we go. They did count.
Yeah, it did. And Bodie's score will probably drop any second, but I reckon he'll be replacing that. Bodie's been surfing so well this whole event, real technically, real stylishly, honing his skills up in Byron Bay. And Leyshon living in the North Central Coast, Catherine Hill Bay area. And I think he's a part of the North Central Coast Bodyboarders, which is a very competitive club. They're at the Teams Challenge as well, and a bunch of legends from down there in the North Central Coast.
It's the first year we've seen Leyshon McKenzie up here for the Future Pros, and he's definitely showing his skill and professionalism out there in the water. I've been really appreciating his riding and his timing to hitting those sections and getting under the lip. His timing has been impeccable out there, and he's currently sitting in the lead at the start of the heat, opening up with a 5.33.
That's it. Exciting stuff here, and one of these guys will be joining Chase Thompson in the final. Will be another 25-minute man-on-man final, probably will be the last heat run of the day, so you're going to want to stick around, enjoy all the rest of the cadet and grommet action, and then the junior man. Going to be really exciting stuff.
That's right. Coming up next after these junior semi-finals will be the grommet semi-final.
Yeah, that's exciting, the under-14s. Then Super Grommets, another really amazing division that they're running here, under-12s, and it's going to be so good seeing the little whippersnappers have a go out here at Durumbar.
That's right. Let's have a look who we've got riding in that one. So we've got Van Taylor, Jai and Zayd Taylor's younger brother, Van Taylor. I've seen him in all the club comps. He's such a frother too. Knee-high to a grasshopper and always pumped and super keen to get out in the water. He was down here for the state titles 4 weeks ago, and it was fairly big out there, and he's like, I want to get out, I want to get out. And his mum and dad actually wouldn't let him get out because there was some solid waves coming through there. I have seen him surf bigger waves than that, but just in such a major competition, you know, we're just looking out for the young ones out there, which you've always got to do in the water. That's the most important thing. Look out for your fellow surfers when you're out there surfing in bigger conditions as well. So we got Van Taylor in red in this Super Grommets semi-final coming up in 2 more heats. And in yellow, we'll have Frank Nutter. In blue, E. Parker. And in white, O. Cox Taylor. That's Odin, I think. That is my my friend from the Sunny Coast son going in that one. I haven't seen him here yet, but he's only just started bodyboarding, and he's super strong. You can see the potential in him already. If he applies himself, he will be a great competitor as he gets older. These guys are really young. Van Taylor's fairly seasoned. He's been going in this event for a few years, so definitely keep an eye on that one, guys. It's a Super Groms division.
Yeah, the Super Groms. Such a great opportunity for them, and it's really beneficial for their bodyboarding careers, getting into competition surfing so early on, and they'll just be learning and owning and refining all their skills and their strategies throughout the years to come. And they've got, being under 12s, they've got at least 6 more years coming to this event.
Absolutely. I think they used to call it boys division back in the day, but now they call it Super Groms, and I love it, you know, that because they are literally Super Groms, like they're giving it a red hot go out there at a super young age.
Yeah.
20 minutes remaining, and it's been a little bit of a lull in this heat in the junior semi-final heat 2. Leyshon McKenzie is still out in front with his first score of a 5.33, and Bodyboarding has only got a 1.33 for his first wave. He only needs a 4.10. We know that Bodie is been competing and just winning heat after heat. He's been surfing really good. He'll just need those the correct wave to come through to show us what he's really got. And it's definitely capable for Bodie to jump back in the lead with just under 20 minutes remaining. Anything could happen. We just need a few sets to push through.
That's it. Looks like there's a little bit of a peak standing up on the bank there. Might offer a right. We have Ocean having a paddle, and looks like it's holding up for him. Let's see if this double up can give him a section. Rolls out of the first one, and this is a great wave for Ocean if he can complete this roll, which he can. That's a nice little roll combination to get rid of that 0 and put him further into the lead. Bodie hugging with the priority now.
Let's have a look at that replay of Ocean's wave. It definitely come right into the bank. Couldn't make up its mind what it was going to do here, but he's sort of speed checking there under the lip for the first roll. Then you can see it sucking up onto that shallow sandbank, second section, and a nice roll under the lip for a completed 2 rolls on that beautiful wave for Ocean McKenzie, strengthening his lead, putting him out in front with an 11.16.
5.83 for that, so very comfortable. He'll be looking to build on that now, perhaps go for some more critical maneuvers. I was having a little chat with Bullet this morning, and he was saying that they get this really fun right-hand rip bowl down their way in Catherine Hill Bay that can hold up to 6 foot, and that I reckon is where Ocean's been refining these right hands. The timing that he's been showing really good timing throughout his campaign today, and we just have Chase coming in to join us after dominating in that last few minutes of that last heat. He's frothing, big cheesy grin on his face. Chuck your mic on. How's it going, Chase?
Thompson, congratulations on your first place. What a heat. That was spectacular to watch. We were yelling down the microphone at the end there. It was so close.
Yeah, how was that going for the ARS in the last few minutes and just stomping it?
Yeah, I was very, very nervous.
Yeah. Tell us.
I had to land it.
How was, like, throughout the timeline of the heat, tell us about how your feelings went.
Oh, well, there was just no waves for like a majority of it, and I was just sitting there going, oh no, it's the end of the world. And then that one came through. It was like a medium-sized one, and just saw it was going to pick up on the inside, and it did. Landed the flip.
You've done some very big manoeuvres. Did you have here we go. Sorry, we've got a rider up and riding out there at the moment. Rider in yellow, Bodie Huggin with a nice roll, and another one out the back for Ocean McKenzie, looking down the line, scooping around this section, looking for something else, and another nice roll under the lip. But yeah, what was your tactic out there? What were you hoping to do? Big manoeuvres or just play it safe?
Playing it safe at the start and then go for something if I needed to, and I did need to. Lucky I landed it.
Yeah, we could see Kyoto had some longer rides with multiple combination manoeuvres, but some of your manoeuvres you were scooping down and like crucial straight under the lip for a big roll.
Yeah, I just wasn't getting enough speed to fully extend it, but yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, they looked good, and that ARS, tell us a bit about that at the end. Were you pretty stoked with that?
Yeah, I was very stoked. Claimed it, I think.
Yeah, good
I was
fist
very,
pump.
Yeah, very happy to land it. Knew I needed to.
Yeah. And out of this heat, who would you rather verse in the final, Ocean or Bodie?
Oh, none of them.
Even Kyoto's a pretty strong competitor.
Oh, he's so strong, yeah.
Yeah, and he's such a nice guy. But, like, congratulations on the win. Chase, sorry, we've just got a replay there. I missed a little bit of the action.
No, this is Chase's one. Let's run it one more time. So have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, we'll run it one more time for you quickly. And this is the 7.17 in the last 3 minutes of Chase's heat that got him the win. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's good.
and the fist pump, ready? Bam.
Yeah.
What was going through your head at that moment?
Oh, I was just so stoked to land it. Couldn't believe it.
It definitely secured your win.
Yeah. I was hoping it did.
Any words for the boys back in Port?
No. Oh, shout out to Dan Little. He's pushed me a lot. You know Dan Little? Yeah, he's pushed me a lot. Just always supporting me, and one of my big supporters. Thanks, Dan.
Dan Little, yep.
Yeah.
Unreal. Thanks so much, Chase, and best of luck in the final.
Cheers. Thanks.
Congratulations. Well done to Chase Thompson, winner of that last heat, and claiming a nice ARS to secure his win at the end. But at the moment, we're in junior semi-final heat 2 with Ocean McKenzie currently out in the lead and sitting in priority 1. And in second position is Bodie Huggin with a 7.76. Only needs a 4.74 to jump back into first position. Here's a replay of Ocean's last wave. He's looking for this around the section. Little roll. Is it going to scoop back down onto that shallow bank? It is, and he looks for a second roll. Not a bad multiple double combo on that one. Bodie.
Here's Bodie's a really nice forward spin. This happened during the interview, and look at Bodie just kicking into that and then finding a nice section, 6.43, best wave of the heat so far. Ocean answered back straight away with this one, but I don't think this one went into his scores. Still a nice roll. Competitive heat out there. Bodie is only looking for a 4.74 now and up and riding.
Paddling for this one. Another forward spin. He did mention that the boys were looking at doing a spin roll combo, and that last wave we've seen in the replay, you could see the professionalism and very smooth transition between the spin and then lining up that section for a roll at the end. Here's another replay of the last one. Unfortunately, not getting over the top of that one.
Yeah, just banging his head a little bit in frustration there. But the serving that Bodie's been showing us throughout this event has just been so stylish, and it's really cool to see riders with that much flow at such a young age.
And it shows with that last score that Bodie dropped with that very smooth transition with the forward spin and the roll. They awarded him with a 6.43. So that's the strongest score on the board in this heat at the moment. He only needs a 4.74 now to jump into first position and knock Ocean Mackenzie out of that top position.
Coming down to halfway in this heat, Bodie up and paddling here. Smaller one, but he gets a nice projected roll on that first section and manages to find a second section as well. Less projected, but a combination that'll be getting rid of that 1.33.
Probably put him, might be enough. What do you think?
Oh, we'll have to see what the judges reckon. Have a look at this replay.
Only a smaller wave, but that first roll was definitely clean, nice, clean, well projected. Looking for another one, but the wave sort of crumbled down a little bit there and didn't offer very much for that second roll.
And up and riding right behind him, live action, Ocean Mackenzie. Oh, this one's looking like it's standing up. Let's see what he can do here. Goes for a roll, comes out of that, and kind of looks to get back on his rail, but just kicking out there.
I'm not sure, was that a completed manoeuvre and then he went for a second one? Let's have a look at the replay of Ocean's wave. Beautiful wave here. Look, it's standing up nicely for him, and he's sort of scooping back in, looking to sit in the pocket and maintain speed. Under the lip there, looking for the section.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He landed. He probably could have landed it.
Live action out the back at the moment. Rider in yellow, Bodie hugging on a small one. Sorry to cut you off there, Joey.
You're all right. We have to get on that live action, but nothing there for Bodie. I reckon Ocean, he probably could have ridden out of it if he wanted to, but it was like a bit caught up. Yeah, you see Bodie here, not much on it for him.
Yeah. Ocean's wave, it was looking like he was trying to scoop back into the barrel or go for a second manoeuvre, but just couldn't get back under that lip. Through my eyes, he did complete that roll, but just the way the wave went for him didn't offer him anything else on the end. But Bodie has been pushed up into first position. He did get that 4.73 second score with a total score of 11.16. It's actually a tie. There we go. They're both sitting on 11.16, but Bodie has been awarded first position because that first high-scoring wave is higher than Ocean's. Ocean's combined score equals the same, but Bodie has the highest scoring wave with 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining.
How tight has this action been in the junior semis today? Like last heat with the nail-biting finish there from Chase, and now these boys sitting on the exact same score. Ocean needing a 5.34 to get out of the situation that he's currently in, but he does have that priority. Bodie surfing really well, really stylishly with that, better score there. It's really great action, and all four of these guys in the semis have just deserved to be there. Up and paddling here. Bodie drawing a line into this one. Yesterday we saw him do a number of really nice, stylish reverse hacks off the top, and maybe that kind of bowl he was looking for something of the same, because I think he, on one of his reverses, nearly got a bit of pop for an air reverse. He got a 7 yesterday, so he's really got them down on lock and probably been practicing them at some secret Byron Bay wedge that only Bodie knows about. And yeah, there must be some good waves around there. I'm not too familiar with the bodyboarding aspect of that part of the coastline, but clearly, yeah, Bodie living around that area. People like Dave Winnie live in that area, Winston McCall, so definitely some good bodyboarding waves.
Absolutely. Like, such a close heat at the moment. Bodie's been surfing so strong. We've noticed the rise in skill level in the last 12 months alone, and here he goes now. Bodie hugging with a nice forward spin and looking for a roll again, extending the arms on a smaller wave there, but still a beautiful transition between manoeuvres. Now, he only needs to better that 4.73. He's already got that one high score, the rider in yellow, Bodie Huggin. Here's the replay, Joey.
Again, a nice top forward spin there, nice cross legs. Smaller wave here, gets the roll around, but don't know if it'll be improving his score. We'll see potentially on that 473, but he really wants to be getting these set waves. And we just see a nice left-hander roll down at Lover's Bank and peel into the camera frame just there.
Little bit trickier for Ocean Mackenzie. He's got 2 decent scores on there, but he's going to need to get some bigger scores, up around that 6.5 or higher. Bodie really only needs to get like a 5 to strengthen his lead and put him out in front. And Ocean is pretty much going to need 2 better scores, but we'll just wait and see. I mean, there's just under 9.5 minutes remaining. It's been a little bit slower this heat. Anything could happen. Ocean is sitting in priority at the moment, and you can see he's out there waiting very patiently. If he gets a good wave like Bodie did and gets around a 6.5, he's going to be pretty hard to beat. It's very hard to say at the moment how this heat's going to pan out.
Yeah.
But here we go out the back. There's a nice set coming through. Let's see if it's going to line up on this bank for him. Ocean's having a look. Here we go.
Having a paddle, you see him kick into gear there, and it looks like he's going to be in a good spot to get on this right. Perhaps it'll even offer enough of a wall for a combination. Bottom turning in. Ocean Mackenzie pulling into a little pit, coming out. Can he get a roll here? He can. Is he going to get another one? And he does. Wow, that was a really good wave. Looking for a 534.
I was pretty happy with that. I mean, we haven't seen many barrels in the last couple of days. And for him to complete a bit of time in the green room there, a bit of shade. Here we go. Here's the replay of Ocean's wave. It's got a nice long wall and scooping down the line, sort of tucking under the lip there, getting a little bit of shade, looking for a section and a nice completed roll there. Milking that wave right out to the end with another roll on the end. Well done to Ocean Mackenzie. That's not a bad score.
The judges love the barrel, giving him a 7.33.
Whoa, there you go. Pushing him right out to the front. That's a pretty strong lead now.
Yeah. Now Bodie's in the hot seat, looking for a 6.74 if he wants to advance. So fighting back strongly, and really good to see someone going for that barrel, risking it, because a few of them have been shutting down, but that one just stayed. Nice little pit for him and let him out. And yeah, obviously a 2-roll combo at the end is going to do the trick.
I remember watching videos of Ocean's dad, Steve Bullet Mackenzie, surfing zone. He is one of the best barrel riders. In my opinion, he was like, that's why they call him Bullet. He'd just drop down so deep and he'd just disappear. And you'd be like, there's no way he's making it out of that. But he was the Bullet, the well-known Bullet, and just come racing out of these huge barrels. And obviously it's passing on. And as you said yesterday, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And the judges are rewarding those barrels because it is very selective out there. If you get the right wave and you get a little bit of shade, a little bit of time in the green room, the judges look like they're rewarding it for that. So well done to Ocean Mackenzie. Now, the pressure is on for Bodie Huggin. He's got priority at the moment, so he can sit and wait patiently for a good wave with just under 7 minutes remaining in this heat.
It's the, hang on, we might have Bodie looking to strike back here. What is this wave going to offer him? Stalling with his legs there as he's probably waiting for a barrel of his own. Again, a really nice 360. Going for the reverse there,
nice.
Managing to land it. Not super critical off the lip, but some really tidy technical surfing from Bodie.
His style and his transitions are very smooth, Bodie Huggin, and that's why he's in the position he's in at the moment. He's just... skill level has just upgraded in the last 12 months. I've noticed it myself. Nice reverse. Those are very tricky maneuvers to do. As Joey said, not super crucial on a smaller wave. We'll see what the judges give him for that. It may be better than a 4.73. I don't know. But at the moment, Ocean is sitting fairly strongly out in the front with a 13.16.
I don't know if we're able to catch that replay again one more time from Bodie's. Thank you, Nelson, on the producer there. But one thing I want to point out is the reverse at the end. Hang on a sec. I think he does the forward first. But look how he initiates the reverse just before hitting the lip. It's really good technique, and that's something that riders, thinking from Deba, like Joe Clark or Jacob Hine or some people with some really nice reverses, they'd start that rotation slightly before hitting the lip. And yeah, you've seen some of the best revs happen that way, and it's something that I'm always working to do because I feel like I always just initiate mine slightly late, and that's what I've noticed throughout this event is where and when Bodie's initiating that reverse, and I reckon we're going to be seeing him throw some huge air revs on some of those North Coast right-hand wedges over the next few years if he keeps up his technical riding. And
that's right. And in future competitions, when we get some more demanding waves, we'll definitely see what he's made of in the future, because you can definitely see he's got a large repertoire of manoeuvres under his belt, and he'll be able to utilise his skill. And there we go. There's the judging criteria for today, if you guys want to check that out on the left there, with 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in junior semi-final heat number 2.
Yeah, so there's a whole array of criteria there. Maximum degree of difficulty and commitment, radical controlled manoeuvres, speed, power, flow, critical sections, variety of repertoire, aerial manoeuvres with a high degree of difficulty, cleanly executed and completed, and style. So judges are taking all of these things into consideration when they're choosing what scores to give the riders.
Bodie's definitely got a variety of repertoire, and it's good out there. Even though that wave was a little bit slow and it wasn't as crucial, I do appreciate a good rev off the section, you know, even though I get about 3 in a session before my legs cramp up. But Bodie, not in his case at all. You can see that he can pull them off quite cleanly, even on smaller, more challenging waves. With just under 4 minutes remaining, Ocean Mackenzie has priority at the moment and is sitting strongly out in the lead with a 13.16. Bodie Huggin has priority too, with a total score of 11.16. Here's a bit of a bump in the swell out the back, and Ocean's having a look, but he might let this one go to Bodie. No one was on it. Not a bad wave. Pretty clean wave rolling through there still, but a little bit crumbly on the end section, unfortunately. Wasn't what they were after. So I'm not sure if any priority positions get given up there. I don't know. Do they commit to the wave? It looks like Ocean's still got the priority.
Yeah, no, Ocean, he didn't paddle with too much intent, nor did he get any momentum.
Yeah.
But if it was like a full intentional paddle, perhaps it could have been a change in priority. But this case, they were.
Oh, it did actually. I think Ocean was in priority one before.
Yeah, and true. Maybe it has shifted then.
Yeah, okay, but it's because Bodie haggled back out the back quicker. I wonder if Ocean realises that he's lost priority. Bodie obviously does. Oh, look, he's going to go to the left.
Split peak.
Split peg. Nice roll. Bodie's running down the line on a beautiful right-hander. Nice invert out into the flats. Bodie Huggin, not a bad move. That might be better than a 4.73.
Yeah, wow, a bit of action there. Split peak. I'm glad that kind of priority mix-up didn't end up affecting anyone and they split the peak in the end, because it can be heavy if a situation like that happens and you're not aware, but that's why you always got to be looking back at that priority board.
It happens so quickly, you know, and if the beach marshalling aren't really quick with that transition as well, it can create a little bit of confusion out in the water, but obviously the guys are all over it down at that end of the marshalling tent, down near the judges' tent there, and it was funny because to me, here we go. Here's a replay of the split peak. Ocean's left-hander scooping under for a nice roll. And then hopefully we get, there we go. There we got the action on Bodie Huggins' right-hander running down the line. Nice wall on it. And an invert out into the flats for Bodie Huggin.
Really clean. He's looking for a 6.91 steal. So not enough to change or improve his situation at all. 6.43, still Bodie's high wave. Even though he got a decent score, that's 6.4 for that invert. Still looking for that 6.9 to catch up to Ocean Mackenzie.
There's not much in it now there, Joey. A 13.33 and a 12.83. Not much in it. He's still going to need a pretty big score with only a minute and 25 seconds remaining. It's going to be very tricky for Bodie. Both riders have surfed amazing in this junior semi-final heat 2. And it's down to the wire now with Ocean, the rider in red, sitting out in front with a priority position as well.
Yeah, exciting stuff, and the juniors just giving us a little bit of a spectacle to watch and observe here today. Having a look at this small one, but Bodie, I don't think those waves are going to give you that scoring potential, mate. 6.91 you need, and he's probably getting a little bit desperate in the last seconds of this heat. He'll be praying for a wave to come through.
It's going to be tricky with Ocean in priority as well.
Yeah. That's it. Ocean will be wanting to use that smart, knowing that this wave's probably not going to be a scoring potential.
Oh, he's going for the big manoeuvres.
Yeah, just little flip there, but not able to get that one around. You can see him kind of lift his board up in frustration, run us through this one.
Here we go, Bodie Huggin. He's looking for this one. He's desperate at the end, going for a flip at the end there, but you can see the wave just doubled up and didn't allow him to get momentum to swing it around and complete that manoeuvre.
20 seconds to go, and I think we can say that Ocean will be joining Chase Thompson in the junior men final. So what an exciting day. Guys, don't go anywhere. We've got some more action coming up right after this commercial.